All right, everybody, welcome back to Wesley the Writer. I'm Wesley, and today's episode is for Wednesday, and it is also the first of the month. So, happy November. I don't know if people say that, but I can't wait for a turkey coming up in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, we continue our discussion with Pastor Paul Ratliff of Ministry in Christ Church. So, thank you so much for following, and well, let's get into it. So there was a recent debate, and I actually had just watched it last night. It was about asking that whole question. So every country has a culture, and that culture is revolved around religious practices of some sort. Just like over here in the U.S., all of our culture is revolved around Christianity because the country was founded on Christianity. Well, Western countries as a whole. But say over in like Asia or something where they have other gods and other thought processes. I think the question that was posed, it was somewhere along the lines of, so if they have theirs and we have ours, who's right and who's wrong? And because we say that our God is the one and true God. We say that, the only way for us to reach heaven and to really have peace and all of that is to serve God while we're here, spreading, going forth, preaching and teaching, baptizing. And that's what we're supposed to do. But they don't have, or at least they have their own versions of that. What would you say? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what would you say to somebody who asks that or brings that up?
Well, this is the difference. I would say to a person, or a person came to me, I said, reality, what is your God is offering you? Is it to fulfill you? Is it to give you something you never had before? What is you serving this for? Because that's the key point. Why we serve. It's a purpose. So if you're serving someone without really a purpose, and there's no manifestation of a witness or a testimony to prove that exists, because guess what? Every person that serves that God is a testimony behind that. And look at the results of it. Okay? Now, any of them persons ever came back or manifested in a way to affect the other person to follow it in the sense of change? Or what are you serving for? To continue to be wicked? Or are you serving for paganism? Or are you serving for gain? Or are you serving for a true purpose of life and being reborn again? So I would say the reason why we serve our God, because he give us something that another person can't get. That's why we've been born again. Born again, you can't beat that. Because what it is, he allow you to start your life all over again. Now, my question would be, can your God do that? Can your God allow you to start your life over again and prosper?
I think a lot of the Asian religions, they have the idea of reincarnations and stuff like that. So I'm more like, I know that that's something that is believed to be after the current death. Something that, of course, you can't quantify or, So what is it that makes what we do the best religion or the best practice to follow, as opposed to say, because anybody can claim to be one thing or the other, and they can go and say these things like, oh, I was more successful here, Buddhism or, whatever, belief structure, whatever multitude of gods and goddesses there are, I know that a lot of this comes down. I might even answer my own question here, but you put those things to the test. It's like if you listen to, if even right now, word going forth, someone picking up on this podcast might hear it and they might be like, okay, so if you're saying that Christianity is the best way to go, but then I've grown up under this belief process or this belief structure, okay, how can I best adhere to what's being said here, or better yet, how can I get the mindset to say, okay, this is the right way, this is the wrong way? I would say that it would just all come down to putting it to the test.
I would say this. If you want to really know what's real, go through it. ask something specific. Like for instance, like Elijah said, if my God is a God, he would answer by fire. If your God is real, let him answer by your means. Let's see who has the real God. So the demonstration. So watch this. So if I believe in what I'm saying for, that's why Hebrews chapter 11 said, now faith is something things or hope things are not seen. My faith helped me to bring things into existence. I don't have to see it, but I know it's working. Right. I don't have to see it, I know it's already happened. Why? Because the Spirit, you know what makes us different? It's the Spirit. It's the revealing the futuristic thing I see. That's my life. That's what makes us serve God. God give us a sight of our future before us. Other gods can't do that. Right. That's the difference. Other gods can't show you your life 10 years down the road. Other gods can't not bring you back and resurrect you. Other can deliver you from the thing, your oppressor, your deliverer. Could have been proven. Now, you go out here and you serving idols and serving things. Now here it is, something coming against you so horrific to suppress you. Can your God save you out of that? For instance, look at the many stories of the Bible when they was going through, like Daniel and them.
Right. Daniel
served the God of the living. So they were saying, Daniel, if your God is real, deliver him out of the lion's den. Now you ask yourself the question, you go inside the lion's den where your God is who's coming out. So this is different what makes our God real, because God will, watch this, by being the God, he controls all things. So you're saying my God is different because he's the God of everything. I don't have a God of just off Buddha or Krishna. I don't have a God of just Allah. My God is a God of all. So it means he controls all. Again, here comes the scripture. The earth is the Lord, the full thereof, and all that dwell therein. So that's making a statement. Prove that. Okay, the very thing that's trying to kill me, God can control that. Watch this. My God can deliver me out of the hands of the lion. Did he do it? Yes, he did. The fire belongs to God. Hebrew boys. Now watch this. Your God, the person you serve, allow you to go in there. Your men burnt, but we didn't burn. Right. Okay? So that's saying something. So watch this. The same person that was suppressing that put us in there, y'all never came out. The testimony, the men that King Nab put in there, they never came back out. Huh? So watch this. So I would challenge anybody that when the King Nab is challenging your life, what your God gonna do about it? But my God say he will supply all my needs according to rich and glory. So mean that he'll put me in a situation and prove he's God. And he did that. He didn't let their clothes be burned, no smoke, nothing. But watch this. It was real. So why did the other men that put me in, they burn and die? Why we didn't die? Because I serve the living God. So that's the difference. So when people try to say, well, God is not real, let's prove it. My God can deliver you out of this. I can have nothing. And because I have faith, I can still come up with something. It's like put me in a place again. Right now I got this home and everything I got now. God can allow me to walk out of having nothing, start all over again and still be prosperous. Because it's my faith in him. Right. It's not the stuff. So that's what makes it, wait a minute, you mean to tell me you start all over again and you still prospering? How long did it take? It probably took me 3 months and I got everything back and more. How that happened? My God. Yeah. That's how you prove it. God wants us to prove. He said, prove me now. So when anybody make these assumptions of things, okay, your person dying right now. Watch this. This is the kicker. Your person died. Go to your God. I'm going to go to mine. Put him in a room. We're going to find out what God says.
Okay, everyone, really quick. If there's something that you're looking to share, if you have a business or you're looking to get people to hear about an event coming up or anything that pertains to advertising your thing, feel free to get with me. I have space on my platform and I'm willing to share it. You can contact me on X at the writer Wesley, or you can send me a message on Facebook. Thank you so much, and let's get back into the discussion.
This is how you, that's, you know what I mean? So this is how we prove our God against your God. Let's see. But watch this. My God has a name. My God has a name and reputation. So yeah, we understand that he is Jehovah. We understand he's Elohim. We understand he's Jireh. Right. We understand all these names they give him. But his name is Yeshua, the Christo, the anointed. Right. The Savior. That's what he is. Because that's what he stands for. He saved. He doesn't destroy. Your God give you the sacrifice, and there's nothing behind that. What do you get out of it? You've been serving him for so long. What do you get out of it? What do your family get out of it? How many people don't die? How many people that lives on this side? This is how you prove it. Well, I said, here come Pharaoh, your gods. The Egyptian gods. It's been proven. This is what made God wonderful. God said, I love a challenge. I'm going to let you serve your God. This is what I love about God. God allowed you to serve your God and then let you put him against him and prove that he's real. Because the person you calling on, God created everything. He said, I already know who your God is. They down there, they ain't getting back up. Huh? Watch this. When he died, well, I love it. When Jesus died, okay, boo, I see you ain't getting up. Okay. Kristen, you ain't getting up. Huh? Dagon, you ain't getting up. Mm-hmm. That's what made him awesome. Because he was looking at them other gods that everybody worshiped. They dead. Right. They ain't getting back up. But he rose again. Mm. So he said, I'm going to go back and let your people know that you don't exist. And this is the thing. God will allow you to believe in something that don't exist because you don't understand. But watch this. Because we're a believer, God will allow us to see that and understand this is why you serve me. Because I'm real. These guys are dead. I'm alive. Right. That's what makes God awesome. Because God give us something to reveal to us. This would make God. He opened my eyes so I can really see it. You know what makes me a believer? You know what makes me a fanatic for Christ? Because of what I seen. And that's why right now I'm excited right now. Because what I've seen. Right. You can't persuade me to know that God not real. I seen it with my own self. I know it because he lives in me. And when you get that living life in you, that word, that peril, the Holy Ghost, that's in you, and it's a rebirth, a new energetic way of living, man, listen, there's no comparison. There's no discussion that he's real. Because what he does is off the chart. God is, what they say, off the hook. Because he do things that is unexplainable. But you know what he does? I will tell anybody, do your God shares with you? Okay, here come Abraham. Yes, Abraham. What did God do for him? He said, shall we hide this for our friend Abraham? Now here is God discussing with him, with his host, about somebody that is supposed to be nothing. Abraham. Watch this. He says, shall we hide this? Why do you make it this? Why do you want to include him in on the business of what something you didn't even ask him? See, God shares. He shared with us. See, the other God don't share with them. They dictate. Our God brings in the conversation. Right. He brings us to the table. Let me stop. See, he brings us to the table. See, he don't exclude us. He brings us to include us in. See, he don't just want us to see it. He wants to be a part of it. Right. That's the. You see, now I'm excited.
I know. I'm stoking that fire.
But that's the difference. Right. It's what I get out of it. Them guys, they ask them, what joy you get out of it? You cutting yourself. What joy you get out of offering up something that can't move? But when I serve God, I got energy. I got life. And you know what the Lord said to me? He said, tell them the difference is your peace. Now ask yourself together, that when you die, do you have peace? Huh? Or you living, do you have peace, or you're in torment? He said, that's the difference. Your peace that surpasses all understanding. Your peace that you can't pay for. Your millions can't buy you peace. Right. That's true. Huh? Your status, your name can't buy you peace. But the God that I serve is a peace. Glory to God, is a peace man. Go ahead to the
I'm here for it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the difference. So when people ask me, they say, wow. It is turn on just that quick. You know why? He's a consuming fire. This how you know God is real. Look how assuming energy, excitement is. I'm like a kid. Right. Because when I'm talking about somebody, watch this. You know what makes it so fascinating, is that when you're in love with somebody, it shows. Now you ask the person, do you love your God like that? Did he show you back love? Or we can challenge this thing. Look at your God. Look at your relationship. Now you may be successful, but are you in love? Huh? Do it to have it affect you. Watch this. Their God is selfish because only help you. But what about the others? See, them gods sacrifice everybody, make one. Our God bless everybody. Right. Huh? Yeah. Abraham, God told him, whoever you bless, I bless. Whoever you curse, I curse. Now ask their gods, can they do that? Elijah proved that he had the God. When all them false prophets came with their gods, guess what? They burned up. They was cutting themselves. Right. Elijah said, my God is consuming fire. He's going to burn on the sacrifice. He proved it. Elijah, like Bishop was saying today, that he said there was more with us than against us. They were surrounding Elijah. Why? Because we're the host of the angel. We're here to protect the man of God. Because watch this. Elijah had God in him. So their job was to protect God. See? God. Their job was to protect, was invested into the man, which is God. That's where they're protected. See, that's the difference. It's the word that protect. When we got the angel protect the investment. Right. You are the investment. You're the carrier. So this is the difference between, you see other people, they serve, and when they write their books, and when they're looking at their images, and they're looking at their status, and after a while, they lose that joy. But why our joy continue to go? Where now you got to go buy 10 cars. I ain't got but one. I got more joy than you. Right. Huh? You got to go buy 10 homes. I got one. Right. And I got joy. Just because I got one. You got all the money in the world. Guess what? Your joy runs out. You got to go make more money. I only make it a little bit of money, but I'm still happy. That's the difference, because the God we serve is the keeper. It's not the things. It's not the things. It's the God. See, people serve things, but they don't serve God.
And that's what I was going to say, too. People put a lot of emphasis on how their physical is. You know, all the things that they accumulate and own. What was it that Denzel said? You can't, Denzel Washington, he said, you can't, or they're not going to drive a U-Haul behind a hearse. So you're basically, once you're out of here, you're out of here. But it's like, where are you storing up your riches or your, you know, your wealth? Are you putting it here where the moths will eat it and, you know, it'll all wither away, or are you going to put it in heaven? And
the Bible says that where man's heart is, that's where church is at. So whatever your heart is at, this is how you can tell too, where your heart leads you. When you love something, man, it's an infatuation that is love does something to you, man. It really is the anchor of God. This love that when you done something to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, it's unforgivable. It's the world. This is what made God shine the brightest, when the world said it's unforgivable, when the world want to shut you away, outcast you, and make you feel like you're nothing. Here come the love of God and say, yes, I know you messed up, but you're still somebody. I still want to use you. I'm still going to call you, even though I know you was a mess up. That's the difference between God. God takes the castaways and he uses them. God take the forgotten and he used them. God take the ones that have been forsaken and he used them. He built them up and he make them shine. He make them what? Show out. And they said, well, who? I know you were just left for dead. I know you left me dead. You did. Mephibosheth. He was dropped. They left him for dead. But watch this. God reminded David of what the covenant he made with him and Jonathan, that he would go back and get him. But watch this. I would tell anybody, I might be dropped, but God gonna pick me up.
Right.
That's what God does. We all been dropped in life. We all been dropped somewhere in our life, whether it been by family, whether it been by us, or whether it been by people, or success, or jobs, or businesses. It's been dropped. But the thing is, God tells us to get back and start over again. He is a rewinder. God is a resetter. He'll allow you to reset it and start over again. That's what I love about God. God said, I know it looks hard, but believe in me, and I will make it come true. God makes us a believer. And that's one other thing I love about God. When you believe, man, all things are possible, because he make you a dreamer. That's what I love about God. God don't knock your dreams down. When you're a dreamer, whatever you think, it's become possible.
Right. Yeah.
That's the difference between God. The other gods, they want it for themselves, self-seeking, self-gratification for themselves. God shares the wealth. Long you respect him, he don't have no problem you getting credit. Like anniversaries, when you saying, you know what, I thank God for my husband, I thank God for my wife, my children, my pastor. God's not intimidated that. Because at the end of the day, it's all going back to him, because everything belongs to him. Right. But as long as you know where it comes from, and you do it in a respectful way, God will have no problem you having these things. God said, I want to give you these things. I want you to enjoy you down here, but don't worship it, because they're going to give you nothing. And this is the difference between the theories of people trying to figure out God. But then people blame God. But you don't realize, you don't know what people have done in the past. And your decision, this is what make God awesome, Wes. God sees your future. He knows what you're going to become. He knows what you're going to do. So can't blame God for your decision. If God let you play your life, the same results going to be the same results. So what different does it mean if God allowed this to happen? Because he knows this way it's going to go. It's your choice. So again, God give us a choice. So that's why God predestinated us, because he already know which way we're going to go.
Right.
That's why we here where we at right now. He knew we'd be doing what we're doing right now on this podcast. He knew that. He knew we'd be talking about that. That's why he preordained it, because it's about him. You see, that's why we serve God.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the podcast. Be sure to follow the links in the description to all socials and other shared content. I'll be releasing episodes on a daily basis except for Sundays. So going forward, please be keeping that in mind. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.